Good morning. Welcome to another Taco Tuesday at WiLS. Today, this is my slide I can see is already wrong. So we're off to a great start. All right, I'm back to the proper slide here. Today is January 10th, 2023, and I am thrilled to be joined today by four of our vendor partners who each have some great stuff to show you today. So without any further ado, I would like to turn things over to David and Jim, who are coming to us from Perma-Bound Books. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that, David, you can share yours.
Can everyone see the first slide here?
I
That's
can.
good.
Yes, we can.
Okay, thanks again, everyone, for joining. Jeff, thank you. Perma-Bound Books and WiLS. Next screen, please. Okay, who is Perma-Bound Books? We are Perma-Bound Books. We're a K-12 library book distributor. We also do our own book binding. So we have all the books that students and teachers will need. Perma-Picks. We come out with Perma-Picks on a catalog, Perma-Picks catalog, and also available on our website. So we pick all the hot titles, hot picks, and new releases are included in that. So we're also a good source for classroom sets, teachers, English departments, purchase our books as well. We have full library book processing available. We're located in Southern Illinois, in Jacksonville, Illinois, which is about 2.5 hours north of St. Louis, if you're familiar with that area there. You also have a local sales representative. That's me. My name's Jim Cable. I cover the state of Wisconsin. I'm from La Crosse. I live in West Salem, which is right outside of La Crosse. So, next slide, please. Why Perma-Bound Books? We have competitive pricing. Check it out. Also, our website is really user-friendly. And that's one of the things David's going to show you at the end here a little bit about our website. Variety, we have genre, diversity, leveled readers, and more. Guaranteed binding, and I'll get into that a little later. Again, local rep me, I cover the entire state. So I'm willing to meet librarians on site. And also, if you want to do a virtual meeting, that's always available too. We offer free shipping, free online services, which I'm going to touch on a little bit later on. And we have free unattached processing that is available. Next slide. Time is limited, a commodity. So you have a lot of librarians now that have more than one school. They also teach classes, so they don't have a lot of time during the day to meet with book salesmen. So through our website, you can order 24/7. I can also curate lists for you. We also have that available on our website. We have online book lists that are available. And again, we have the physical catalogs for librarians that like to look at the catalogs. And you would have a dedicated customer service rep that is in Jacksonville as well. Next slide, please. A variety of products and bindings in addition to the Perma-Bound. Okay, we have hardcover, library binding, paperback, playaways, lightbox are all available. Perma-Bound binding is an industry leader. Again, it has a lifetime guarantee. We also inventory our Perma-Bound books. So those books are readily available. So we have a lot of those in stock. So we're able to get you books much quicker. We also had advanced search to help librarians find books that they don't know that are out there that they need. We have just thousands of publishers and books that are available, reference books, we also do textbook rebinds, classroom sets, leveled readers, and again, Spanish and other languages are also available. Next slide, please. Guarantee, getting back to the Perma-Bound. Okay, bindery leader for more than 60 years. All our books are manufactured in the USA under strict controls. Quality assurances and patented process provide a best of industry product. Again, our Perma-Bound bindings are guaranteed unconditionally for a lifetime. Okay, here's an example of one of our books, the front and the back, and you'll notice on the back there, when you see the Perma-Bound label, that's how you'll know that it's a Perma-Bound book. Next slide. Another example there. Picture book. Collection analysis, manage my collection services. Okay, we encourage our customers to upload their MARC records so they avoid duplicate ordering. Okay, one of the things I can provide for you is that I can do a review of your collection and provide some feedback. So give you a good chance to know where your weaknesses are and where you're heavy. It helps you plan long-term purchases to build a more complete collection. Next slide, please. Okay, series tracker and gap analysis are just a couple of examples of things that we provide. So if you have a popular series tracker will allow you to get alerted when that book becomes available so that you can order it right away. Series tracker or gap analysis is also a tool to help you find books that are missing from your series that you can add to your collection as well. Next slide, please. Okay, again, local sales representation. I'll do book preview options with you. I'll assist you with list creation, book selection, collection analysis. Any questions? Again, I'll do it on site. We can do a Zoom meeting. Quick response customer service. You'll have, again, you have that dedicated customer service rep in Jacksonville, Illinois. And I like to tell all my customers that if you send me an email, I will get back to you within 24 hours. I might not always have the answer to your question within 24 hours, but I think it's nice to know that once you send somebody an email that they acknowledge that you did receive it and that you are responding the best you can to that question that they may ask. So give me a call. Again, I have a flexible schedule. I'll meet you anytime on site or virtually. And there's my information right there. Does anybody have any questions?
Jim, I'm keeping an eye here on the chat in the little question Q&A interface. I don't see anything coming in yet.
Okay, well,
we'll pipe up if it does.
Okay, thanks. So David, do we have time then for you to get on the website there and show them?
Yes. Can you hear me okay?
I can.
Yep, sound good.
And then are you looking at the Perma-Bound website here in the share screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
My name's David Worth. I'm the regional sales manager for Perma-Bound. I cover Wisconsin. I'm here in Salt Lake City, Utah. Shows we've spent about 7 minutes. So I'll just go over for a few minutes to show everyone the website. Of course, you would contact Jim in Wisconsin if you have questions about setting up a web user account or questions about the site and other things. But I'm here to provide support. First thing you do is go to perma-bound.com and you would set up a new account. Right here under login, you'd click new account. That you would fill out all this information about what school you're located at. And it only takes probably less than a minute to get a new account registered with us. When you logged in, this is kind of what the landing page would look like. This is a test school, Eastmont Middle School, and the name of the librarian is Media. But right here, it would list all of the book lists you've created. If I click on Will's list here, it shows a number of titles here. Jim described our Perma-Bound binding, which is our lifetime guaranteed binding. We offer books in all the different binding varietals, paperbacks, hardcovers, library binding, other types of binding types, but the Perma-Bound is what we're most known for. He showed you the back where you'd have our emblem, and if a page fell out of that book or the binding failed or there are other manufacturing defects, you would get a new replacement. But here's an example of a book here. Off to the right, it says Perma-Bound from Publishers Hardcover. Those are the types of titles you would want to purchase for your library typically. Class sets as well. These things would last forever. Here's the title of the book, the author, publisher. It's a part of a series. We track all these books that are connected to series, so you can easily click on them and add an entire series to your collection. We genreify all books under on our website. So every book will have a genre. If you're genreifying your library, or you just wanting to have a target genre you'd like to spend budget funds on, that is indicated here. Pages, fiction, Dewey, reading level. Your price is always going to be the school discount price. We apply aggressive discounts for WiLS. And so your prices, once you create your web user account, will show here. You could select from the different binding types. The book called The Ark, we sell not only in Perma-Bound, but also in just the publisher's hardcover. Very easy to add those books to lists. And down below here, back up 1 second here. Down below here, you have a number of options to go ahead and place your order. Clicking order here would allow you to place it. You would select if you wanted processing on your books. So processing meaning labels. We offer full processing capabilities, spine label, barcode label, AR label, genre label, Lexi label, color labels, theft protection, school ID. So any labeling that your library requires or your classroom, we can do for you. You'd fill out a number of information here before you would place your order with us. Back orders, and very straightforward to then continue with placing the order with us. Like Jim mentioned, we have preset lists for you. So here under library, all of these are, you find selections for your library. So the 2022 ALAs, obviously those will get a new list, will come out here in a matter of weeks. But here you could click on the Newbery Medal winners. You would get to see all of the books in that set and add them to lists to purchase. So under library, we have a lot of different lists for you right here under featured content, hot titles. These are all the newest, hottest books that are refreshed once a month. You can look at them and add them to your collection here. One of the things Jim mentioned was our catalogs. We're known for the Perma-Picks. We launch a Perma-Picks in the spring and a Perma-Picks in the fall. And those are physical catalogs that can be mailed to your school. Many of you have already received them, but we have the online version as well, and it's found here. You could pick what school you're working at, elementary, middle, or high school. And then under here, we have starred reviews, meaning they were starred from a reviewing agency, Kirkus School Library Journal, etc. New and notable would be books maybe that were not starred, but are themes such as movies, TV shows converted to books, popular authors, things like that. And then coming soon. You could click on these and it would show you the online version of that catalog. And then you could click and add books to your book list. Pretty straightforward. Obviously, Jim would be able to provide a lot more thorough review of the website, but for today's purposes, I think I have used my time, and we would be happy to field any questions.
Thanks so much, David and Jim. I don't see any questions coming in so far, but as always, if anyone watching this now or kind of in the future has questions or needs in some other way to get in touch with David and Jim, we're happy to put you in touch with them as well. You can also find contact information on the WiLS website. Thanks again, both of you. All right, great. So let's, I'm going to very quickly show the title card again, just to kind of reset us for our next presenter joining us today. So our second presenter today will be Susan, who is joining us from FactCite. Susan, I can see your face. Can we hear you?
I have unmuted. Now you can hear me.
There you are. All right, I'm going to stop sharing my screen to free things up for you to share yours.
Great. Well, it's great to be with you. I want to thank WiLS for giving us this opportunity. It's always great to have a chance to get in front of Wisconsin librarians, and especially in the winter when it's a little bit more challenging to travel. I hope all of you are going to be heading to the WIMTA conference later this month. We're looking forward to that. So maybe we'll see some of you in person. Today, I'm going to give you a quick tour of FactCite. As many of you may know, FactCite is a collection of databases. We have single database subscriptions or bundles, so you can always contact WiLS to request a FactCite trial, to request a subscription quote with WiLS discounts, and if you bundle, you will save. So more than one, we have a collection of databases. If you subscribe to more than one, you'll get a discount. We also offer discounts for districts. So if you have 3 or more schools in your district subscribing, we offer a discount there too. I'm going to quickly review the databases included in FactCite, and then I'll look forward to your questions. So FactCite, I'm going to start with the lowest reading level databases. FactCite Lingo is a database that has English and Spanish in an engaging interface. It's a great way for students to acquire academic vocabulary, either students who are learning Spanish or Spanish speakers who are learning English. The content is science, social studies, and a little bit of English language arts. FactCite 123 includes 13 modules, science, social studies, English language arts, for primary grades. That's the reading level. But we have a screen design that we call stigma-free. So if older students need to use this database, they can do so without feeling that they've been sent to a more juvenile database than their age might suggest. So we really encourage elementary schools to consider using FactCite 123 science content. For example, older students reading below grade level, they can get their content, and students who are reading at grade level will find success with that database as well. FactCite includes 4 biography databases, and our biography databases are enjoying really heavy usage at this time of year. We've got great resources on children's authors included in Biography for Beginners. Great time to study authors as we come up to the Caldecott and Newberry announcements on January 30th this year. And then all of our databases have really strong coverage of notable African Americans and notable women. February is Black History Month, March is Women's History Month. So if you are interested in taking a trial, this is a great time to do it because your students may be researching in areas that we have strong support for. We have a database started with Greek and Roman mythology. Some of you may own our 5-volume Lincoln Library of Greek and Roman mythology. It was a print set. We converted it to online fully searchable database about 8 years ago, and we've added mythologies of the world. So this is a comprehensive coverage of mythology. The text is written at 3rd to 6th grade reading level, depending on where you are in the entry. We have some portions of the entries that are accessible for younger researchers and some that are accessible for more advanced students. We've tried to make FactCite usable by students at all reading and grade levels. We have 3 history databases. American History is a general encyclopedia on American history. Defining Moments in U.S. History is a partnership that we engaged in with Omni Graphics. They have a 35-volume series entitled Defining Moments in U.S. History, and each of those 200-page books is included in this database. It goes in history from the writing of the Constitution through the events of September 11th, and it includes things like Roe v. Wade, Stonewall riots. If you in high schools need LGBT history resources, that has really good coverage. Every one of the modules includes primary source documents. Lewis and Clark expedition, frequently studied in elementary and middle schools. Woodstock, Korean War, World War I, World War II, integration of baseball, lots of different in-depth topics covered in this database. Milestone Documents Online is another partnership that we have with the Schlager Group. This database includes 1,700 primary source documents. They are taken from US and world history, from ancient times to the present. The documents include scholarly analysis, context for the documents, and there are teaching resources that accompany the documents. So if your teachers need or would like to have some quizzes, some discussion prompts, some project ideas, this database includes all of those resources for a single subscription price. It's a really rich database for any high school researcher, I would say. Some junior high school students would find it accessible also. And the content's really strong in supporting AP, US and world history. If you have a world religions class in your high school, there are lots of texts taken from religions of the world. It's a really rich resource to mine. We have these 3 additional databases that don't fall into a specific category. Science and technology, this includes the elements, the solar system, animals, planets, physics, chemistry. We have a countries and cultures database. Like many of our competitors, this covers the countries of the world. It also includes ancient civilizations. So the ancient civilizations of Africa, ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, Mesopotamia, etc. And then finally, essential information. This is based on a print encyclopedia that was in print from 1924 until 2013. It covers all the topics in a liberal arts education, organized by field of endeavor rather than alphabetically. So there's a world literature section. There's a film section. Lots of comprehensive content to support the study of almost any subject. FactCite supports integration with any of your learning management systems or single sign-ons. We have citations on every page, MLA, APA, Chicago, and just the straight up article URL. Our web links are persistent, so if your teacher or you as a librarian want to capture a URL and put it into a document for students, a collection of documents for studying a particular topic, our links will always take them directly to the article. And we're also integrated with Noodle tools. Every article has audio read-along. Every FactCite database has a consistent database, and it's simple to use, simple and intuitive for young researchers to use. There are different ways to view the pages. And we look forward to giving you live demonstrations at the WIMTA conference this year. If you're going to be attending the conference in Rothschild, we look forward to seeing you there. We have 2 subscribers from New London School District. Katie Kowaleski, who's the librarian, and her 6th grade social studies colleague are going to be presenting on, this is their title, The Right Database Makes All the Difference, Ancient Egypt and FactCite. They did a VR virtual reality project with using FactCite in the study of ancient Egypt. And if you're going to be at WIMTA, send me an email. My contact information is in the chat and also at the end of this slide. We're going to be hosting a happy hour on Sunday night, and I'd love to send you information and to see you there. I included here a few Wisconsin testimonials. FactCite's a favorite in Wisconsin. FactCite works for all students. That was music to our ears, because that's our editorial goal, is to make our content accessible and to help every single student succeed. Brian Lattis at Hamilton School District said the best part about FactCite is that it is quite affordable and easily accessible from school and home. Just to give you a frame of reference, most FactCite databases, most subscriptions are $200 or less per year per school. And again, there are bundle discounts, etc. Kaukauna Area School District, reliable, authentic, and grade level appropriate, make it a must-have in my school. Our students in grades 3 to 8 use FactCite on a daily basis. This is one of our go-to online resources because of the ease of navigation. FactCite is our students' go-to database. The ease of use, lack of distractions, logical organization, read-to-you feature, and citations are a few reasons our students use this database year-round. In summary, FactCite has databases for students at all levels. FactCite's device neutral. It can be customized for individual students. The audio read-along can be customized. There's a reading masking feature. There's an enhanced text feature, so you can make the text larger if a student needs that. Also, the audio read-along provides translation into a couple dozen languages. It relies on a Google Translate, which is not perfect, but it will help if you have a single student that came into your district speaking a language that you don't have resources for. You can use the audio read-along for translation. It will translate the text and also read it in the other language. Editors will develop content for you. At the end of every FactCite article, we have a send a comment feature. We invite you to send us your requests for content. Because we're a small company, we're pretty nimble, and we often have new content posted within a week or two. And we love to hear from you. It's free market research for us, and we consider you our partners in developing content. FactCite makes research easy, and it helps every student succeed. Contact WiLS for pricing. Click on Tips for Teachers for more videos and for a summary of how to use FactCite's different features. Email me with your questions or comments anytime, and request a trial, either from WiLS or from factsite.com/Texas/trial form. Request a FactCite trial today. At this time of year, we encourage people to request trials, and we're pretty liberal with our trials. We like to have students actually test drive the databases themselves. So request a trial will allow you to have access through the course of your project, if it's 30 days or 60 days. And we provide you with usage statistics during your trial, so you'll be able to tell how the database was used, and that will help you inform whether or not it's a database you want to add to your budget. Thanks so much for giving me the chance to tell you a little bit about FactCite today. Look forward to seeing you all at the WIMTA conference. And please be in touch if you have any questions or if you'd like more information. And thanks again, Jeff, and to all of you at WiLS for making this possible for us.
Thank you, Susan. It's always a pleasure to have you here. I appreciate everything you shared with us today. I'll reiterate what Susan said. If you have any questions, you can, of course, reach out to Susan. You can reach out to WiLS. Either way, we will get you the information you need. FactCite is one of our order through WiLS vendors. So as Susan mentioned, we can get price quotes loaded up for you right into the My WiLS interface for your approval. Okay, thank you again, Susan.
Thank you, Jeff.
I'm going to flip us back to our starting point one more time to tee things up for our next presenter, who is Heather, who is joining us from North Star Editions. Heather, North Star being one of our a little bit newer vendor partners, but I'm really excited to have you here on Taco Tuesday. Heather, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and you should be able to share yours.
All right. Everybody see my screen?
Yes, we do.
Perfect. Hi, I'm Heather McDonough. I am the Marketing and Publicities Manager for North Star Editions. North Star Editions is just a small publishing company in Minnesota. And we're dedicated to, finding the right book for the right readers so that they grow in their love of reading. We offer both fiction and nonfiction books for lots of different audience. And today I'm just going to talk about a few of our newest titles for spring of 2023 from all of our imprints. There we go. So these are some of our imprints. Little Blue Readers is for our newest readers to get them started and excited about reading. Our focus readers keep readers excited by offering nonfiction titles in 5 reading levels, covering grades pre-K to 9th grade. Our Press Box books will help your biggest sports fans stay up to date on their favorite teams. Our Apex imprint empowers struggling readers, so your high-low readers, with vibrant images, short and simple sentences to keep them engaged and reading. And for readers looking for fun and exciting fiction, our Jellyfish Press imprint is for pre-K, because we're doing picture books there this year, to middle grade. And then our YA imprint, Flux, is for that higher level readers. All of our education titles are available in multiple formats, including reinforced library binding, paperback, and hosted multi-user. Our Little Blue House Readers has 4 new series for spring 23. She Plays Sports. It showcases girls playing in 6 popular sports. Musical Instruments introduces students to 8 exciting instruments. Additionally, we have translated 2 of our Little Blue Reader series into Spanish, our Animals Live Here series and Things I Like series are both available in English and Spanish now. Our Focus Readers imprint offers differentiated reading levels for all readers. This spring, we add 6 new series to our collections: Bugs, Families, Cutting Edge Technology, Structural Wonders, and Influential Presidents. My favorite series this spring is the Structural Wonders series. I love traveling to new and exciting places, and this series has some fun locations and some cool engineering feats. Our Focus Readers and Apex titles have free, easy-to-use lesson plans and added resources for educators. Visit focusreaders.com and apexeditions.com to get started. Here's our high-low imprint, Apex. High-low titles are in high demand right now. Our Apex imprint has many great series for reluctant readers. This spring offers even more high-interest themes: dogs at work, unsolved mysteries, wild animals, and major sporting events. From our animal lovers to our sports fans, any reader can find something they want to read about. Our action-packed sports titles cover all types of sports. Spring 23, we are adding to our NHL team series with a second set and our NBA all-time greats. You can find many additional sports through our Press Box Books imprint, including WNBA, soccer, gymnastics, and other wonderful titles. New for spring 23, our Jellyfish imprint is adding picture books to our title lineup. Jack the Runaway Terrier by Jill McGean. Small Dog, Big Adventure. When the wind blows and the door opens wide, he seizes the moment and scampers outside. And The Most Important Animal of All by Penny Worms, illustrated by Hannah Bailey. 7 children champion for an animal for the top spot. Is it elephants or beavers who create the best habitats where creatures can live and thrive? Is it tigers or sharks who are the top predators, or bats that keep the insect populations down? Is the best animal the tiny krill, a food source for many sea creatures? Join the children to find out how special these creatures are in this very first introduction to ecosystems. This is a beautifully illustrated book. I'm super excited to have it in our lineup. It's the storytellers that preserve a nation's history, but what happens when some stories are silenced? The I Am America series features fictional stories based on historical events about people whose voices have been excluded, lost, or forgotten over time. These are the most recent titles in our I Am America series. Brave Bird at Wounded Knee, a story of protest on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation by Rachel Bethel. And Light a Candle, a story of Chinese American pioneers on Gold Mountain by Jean Kuo Lee. What's more terrifying than being forced into a combat wrestling martial art by your own mother? The 6th grade. Jiu-Jitsu Girl by Jennifer Dutton. Angie is a preteen girl begrudgingly doing jiu-jitsu because her parents make her. In this heartwarming story, Angie tackles many normal teen issues like body image, a quest to be popular, bullies, finding and accepting oneself. This has a very racially diverse cast of characters, including a best friend trying to figure out type 1 diabetes diagnosis. This book is fun. The author herself took jiu-jitsu and is a black belt in taekwondo and a practitioner of mixed martial arts, and is heavily inspired by her own children who take jiu-jitsu. This book comes out in January. It Happened on Saturday by Sydney Dunlap. 13-year-old Julia would much rather work with horses at the rescue barn than worry about things like dating and makeup. But when her BFF meets a boy at camp, Julia is determined not to get left behind. After a makeover from her older sister, she posts a picture of herself online and gets a comment from Tyler, a seemingly nice kid who lives across town. As they message more and more, Julia is sure that Tyler understands her in a way her family never has. Even better, their relationship has earned her tons of attention at school. Then, Julia finds out Tyler's true plan, and her world is turned upside down. She fiercely guards her secret, but could her silence allow her friends to fall into the same trap? I wanted you guys to hear about this story a little bit more from the author's perspective. Here's Sydney Dunlap telling us about her story.
Heather, it doesn't seem like that audio is coming through on our.
Okay,
Sorry to say.
that's okay. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. This video is available on YouTube under North Star Editions if you'd like to watch it.
We'd be happy to link to it as well if you want to send me the link.
Perfect.
I can include that.
Yeah,
in
I'll send it
our
to you.
follow-up
Thanks.
email.
Great. Thanks, Jeff. I'm from the future. We need you. We the Future by Cliff Lewis. We the Future serves as an inspiring playbook for young activists. While the inciting incident for this story is fantastical, a time traveler from the future comes back to rally the main character and his friends to launch a climate strike. The actions that the main characters take to achieve their goal are firmly within the realm of possibility. Building connections and coalitions, gathering people's stories, helping people recognize their relationship to a particular cause, posting flyers, and organizing strikes. A key message is that creating change involves one small step and then repeating it, breaking the impossible down into something more manageable. For the title treatment of this book, we wanted we to be the central focus, noting that it takes all of us to make a change. And this book comes out just in time for Earth Day. And I will also give you the link for Cliff's video for this one. It's really fun. Clash of Fate and Fury, the follow-up book to the game of Strength and Storms. These are for our YA groups, so our Flex imprint. The dynamic world building of the first book expands as our heroes leave Olympia to sail into the enemy waters of the Elysium Empire. Readers will love to see imaginative new takes on mythical creatures such as centaurs, sirens, and the Phoenix, and Atlantis. This book also introduces living oracles, their scheme behind the scenes in a plot so vast its tremendously satisfying reveal will cast the events of the first book into a new light. And this book releases March 21st. City of Vicious Night is book 2 in the Requiem duology. It's been 4 months since runaway heiress Asha landed on the outlawn colony of Requiem, bringing a nasty AI and a host of deadly secrets with her. Now she runs with her almost girlfriend Raven's smuggler crew. But when the mysterious hacker sabotages their latest job, other gangs turn against them, blaming them for the destruction the rogue AI caused. Nowhere in the city is safe. The only way to protect their crew is a series of trials for control of an underworld faction. And vying for the matriarch's throne is a dream Raven can't let go. But as the trials intensify, the saboteur hounds Asha and Raven's every step. The girls must decide whether to risk their own skins for a city that loathes them. Aren't these covers cool? We have just the best artists. The Fight for Midnight by Dan Solomon. The historic filibuster at the Texas state capitol on June 25th, 2013, and the debate on abortion rights is the most visible plot. But there's an equally important emotional plot for Alex related to his best friend, who recently died of a drug overdose. Throughout the book, Alex deals with his grief and guilt over not having spoken up about his friend's growing drug use, and he's in the process of figuring out what kind of person he wants to be. That situation and the end to the filibuster bring home the ultimate theme of the book about the importance of people using their voices to speak up for what matters, from protesters showing up to be heard to friends speaking up for one another. This book presents a refreshing and novel approach to discussing such polarizing and controversial topics, and viewing it through the eyes of a protagonist who hasn't considered the issue and who, with an open mind, learns why people feel the way they do and grapples with the issue to consider all sides and figure out what he believes. Similarly, it's perhaps unusual to have the main character in a book about abortion be a teenage boy. But by addressing this topic through that perspective, the book importantly shows how this issue relates to everyone. Something that I always want to note with this is that Dan was actually on site as a journalist for the historic filibuster. So he writes this from a very wonderful perspective, a historical fiction written from somebody who was actually there with the history of it. Our North Star Kids imprints highlights our Genius Kids guides. Our past guides include nonfiction topics like sports and animals. In our new upcoming release, Mythical Creatures by Sarah Novak, we explore beautiful mermaids and gentle unicorns, fire-breathing dragons and bloodthirsty vampires. Mysterious beings and magical beasts appear in stories told all around the world. The Genius Kids Guide to Mythical Creatures highlights 20 of these legendary beings and details each creature's appearance and behavior, as well as where and how the legends began. The text also explores how the stories have changed and developed over time. Readers learn everything they need to know about their favorite myths and monsters, as well as plenty of fun trivia to impress their friends. Thank you for taking time to hear about our spring titles. If you have any questions, you can contact us at the number provided in the chat. And any order information is also set in the chat for you or here on the screen. Thank you, Jeff, and all of the people looking. Are there any questions that I need to answer?
Heather, I haven't seen any questions come in yet, but if any do pop in, I will relay them to you either during or after the remainder of our session. And I just wanted to chime in and say I couldn't agree more with some of the art, cover art we saw today is like mind-blowingly cool. I do not remember the books that I had access to when I was a much younger person having some of this amazing art. So
yeah, it's amazing. Thank you.
All right. Well, that is going to bring us to to our next presenters. So let me get back to where I can get everything ready for that. So joining us for our last but certainly not least presentation today is a longtime vendor partner of WiLS, Rosen, and speaking to us from Rosen is our friend Miriam Gilbert. Miriam, are you there?
Yeah, I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Perfect. I'm trying to start my video, but it will not let me.
You know what? That's my fault. I'm going to fix that.
Yeah.
Right now. I know. Okay, I think you should be able to now.
Okay, here I am. Here I am. No, okay. Am I there? You can see me now.
Yes, we can see you.
All right. Well, we will just actually, I'm much less important than the screen share. I'm not chopped liver, but let's just see if I can get this going. Yay. All right.
Great.
We see teen health and wellness. Hello, everybody. And I have to say to the prior presenters, we are so lucky to be in this ecosystem with each other. There's so much great publishing going on, such great supports for students of all types. And I just wake up grateful every day that I get to have wonderful colleagues and do such important and maybe impactful work. We certainly hope that's the case. Rosen Publishing, as Jeff said, has been a long-time partner with WiLS. And we have on the print side of our business, Morey Dombelkan, who I'm sure many of you know, and has spent his career visiting Wisconsin schools. I'm part of our digital division, which I head up, and I'm going to talk about some of those resources today, 3 in particular: teen health and wellness, core concept science, and power knowledge science. And all of these resources have found very welcome homes in Wisconsin schools, and really teen health and wellness almost chief among them. The resources that we create digitally all are curriculum correlated, and they're meant to support student learning and student success in curricular areas. In the case of teen health and wellness, in health, science, language arts, as well as social and emotional learning. And our science resources also obviously would support the science curriculum, both the NGSS as well as state level standards, and language arts, because we know all the work that's being done in schools supports reading and literacy and reading to learn. And certainly at the time that our students come to the resources that I'm going to share today, Teen Health and Wellness, which many of you again are familiar with, which was created for middle school and high school students, and then the science resources. Learning to read isn't the core issue here at all, though we know that from reading scores across the nation, there's a bit of work we still need to do to get our students to where they need to be successful with learning with their eyes and learning with their ears. And one of the great things about digital resources is that they support multiple literacies. So whether you learn by listening or learn through visual or learn through reading, these are force multipliers within the databases. So Teen Health and Wellness was created again to support the curriculum in health, social and emotional learning, science, as well as personal exploration. We have a library advisory board, as well as professionals in the particular disciplines that are covered in Teen Health and Wellness vast database. I mean, there are 12 subject areas covering everything from the health of the body to the health of the mind and the health of the heart and friendship and community. And what does it mean to adult, to have skills for school, work, and life. So I really think of this as a life skills database. And but with the discussion about mental health for our students, teen mental health, but as well as ourselves. I mean, the pandemic really took its toll, but life continues. This is what we call life, but what are the supports that we can gather to make things a little bit better and to be able to focus on the work at hand, which is learning and forming bonds, community bonds. So within Teen Health and Wellness, one of the features that is the newest and so exciting for everyone in a community to use is the Calm Room. So here we are on a logged in homepage, and we see Visit the Calm Room. Sounds and resources to help you relax and refocus. So when you have Teen Health and Wellness I'm just logged out. Just log back in. If you're feeling overwhelmed or just need to take a break, the Calm Room is a wonderful virtual a virtual space. It could be as private as you want, or you can put up one of the videos on a whiteboard or on a wall as the students are coming into your classroom or to your library, just to set the mood, to set the intention. But I've had educators, had librarians and teachers say to me that they bookmarked the calm room so they can go back themselves, as well as sharing it with their students. Think about beginning the day with just having everybody take a breath. So we have videos, we have sounds and music. I really do love our Claire de Lune. It always helps me breathe a little bit more slowly. And this is all part of Teen Health and Wellness. I mean, so when you subscribe to Teen Health and Wellness, you get the Calm Room, links to guided mindfulness and meditation and nature cams. And I think when I've shown this to guidance counselors and I've pulled up the warrior cam, the puppy cam, the place just erupted into gleeful sounds. Just, well, now the puppies are sleeping, and that's kind of an awe moment. And it's just one of those things that you can't always have a therapy pet in your school, but you certainly can do that with Teen Health and Wellness. You can watch the sea nettles swim and create soft background sound. And I've had special education classes ask me if there was a way to just generate sound that would be a background sound. And Soft Murmur allows that. So whether you're prone to hearing the thunder go or the crashing waves or birds chirp or singing bowls, it's all here. And so it's a tool to use. I mean, obviously, this is a database that has 1,000 articles in it. We now have a relationship with Scientific American, and so we're using some of their content within the database as well, and it's all clearly marked. And this is an exciting, dynamic resource. It's always made better because you are our community of users and have always been very free and open to share what works. And sometimes, let's face it, what might not be working. So we love that dialogue. We love this conversation because with any digital resource, it's an organic living thing. So I'm going to quickly move to our science level databases, our secondary core concept science suite, periodic table, biology. I didn't come up with a cute segue, so we'll just have to bear with that. And chemistry. Well, that's periodic table, and chemistry is here. And so you can move between and among all of these databases. What I have gotten in terms of feedback, and what's so fabulous about digital resources is their dynamism. And so when we think about a periodic table, and when I took physics, well, this was in the pre-computer age, and it just, the periodic table comes alive. And so what we've wanted to do is find ways to connect with our students. Our students are, they demand, that is who they are, three-dimensional learning. And we've really tried to provide that, you know, with the experience in our databases. So as we move through this database, really almost wherever you click, there you are. And there's something that you will learn. We can go in, and who doesn't love hydrogen? And you'll see it's set up like like an article database, but it's so much more than that. So what am I saying? It's so much more than that. Well, we have built in all the entire suite, learning, interactive learning. In the case of periodic table, it's the element builder. So we get to build a stable atom. So we've added hydrogen. We want to change hydrogen to helium. We're going to click the proton button. It's an unstable isotope, and on we go. I stabilized the atom. Woohoo! Not bad for an English major. But so this is available to you. I just want to give you a taste of it. The other thing that's super cool in this database is the material that we provide from the Open University. So if you feel, or you have a new science teacher and you really just need a top up on what is that periodic table? And again, there are two other databases connected to in this suite, chemistry and biology, but we have a delightful introduction to the periodic table here.
Almost everything in the entire universe is made up of elements.
So there we are. Almost everything is made up of elements and with a Scottish accent. So really, what could be better than that? And so we have that available within, trying to get back to the main page. And we have a bit of an operator error. Here we go. So the other thing I wanted to point out quickly in my last 3 minutes is our junior level science resource, how to think like a scientist. And science, you know, again, by its nature is interactive, it's hands-on. This is a great research database, as is the Core Concepts database. We provide, and you can see the interface here is different. It's on a more rudimentary level. All the interfaces are colorful, easy to navigate with, you know, with the core subject areas going down the left side in alphabetical order. Always a video, and all of our videos are
seals can dive as deep as 2,000 feet.
All closed caption, and everything leads to something else. So in part, the fun of a database is that discovery of information you might have expected and maybe information you didn't, because we all learn in interesting ways. So the articles, the videos link to main articles, and things are organized in a lovely manner, as well as with Find Out More and related articles for students to investigate science fair projects, playing games. Let me just quickly go there because time is a wasting. We designed specifically for the science databases, the Core Concepts and Power Knowledge Science, games to support the curriculum. All the games are curriculum coordinated, and there is indeed quite a bit of conversation about the gamification of learning. We provide a lesson plan, but these games were developed with student testers. So how cool was that to have elementary students kick the tires on these games? You know, if you need a laugh, go to Dr. Legbone. And this is one game, because I'm not as smart as a fourth grader. This is one game I can play and feel like I have some sense of mastery, but your students will love them too. So we're going to build a creature. This is great for Halloween time. How can I protect his respiratory system? I need a large bony structure. Take a deep breath and look around. So what might that be? Well, I'll click on that. Nope, I'm looking for a box, a cage of bones to protect his lungs. So this is always purposeful. So now I'm gonna drag and drop this. I found it. The rib cage and its muscles form the chest cavity, which contain the lungs. Get the rib cage again, add it to the creature. Now I will just tell you, because I know time is up and I'm about to get the heave ho, that and the very end, you have built a creature that comes alive. And so, you know, there are ways to do this on an individual basis, have your students do it. drive it as a class lesson. There are just, the limit is your imagination. And there's so much in these databases. I barely scratched the surface. I provided contact information for a trial in the chat. And of course, Jeff has information about how to get started with the trial. This is a great time of the school year to begin trials. They can be, typically they're 30 days, but honestly, what is time? We need to support your process, maybe have it integrate the trial, have your teachers use it within the course of whatever curricula they're up to teaching. All of these databases have curriculum correlations, and those are always found in the library and educator resources. So it's very easy to see, once you click through that, how this supports different parts of the curriculum and at what level. And they're just fun, and students really like them. So I invite you to take a look at these if you haven't. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me, Miriam Gilbert. We, like the other speakers, we're a small but mighty organization, and my team is across the time zones, and I promise you, we're not quite the city that doesn't sleep, but we do monitor our emails regularly, and we will get back to you. And always happy to have a conversation. So thanks so much.
Thank you, Miriam. As always, exciting stuff that I know our members are going to be thrilled to look at and try. I did receive earlier today the trial information that you shared out. I will include that in our follow-up message that goes out to members so that they can give this thing, try some of these things out on their own.
Great, thank you.
And that unbelievably brings us to the end of another Taco Tuesday. So I'm going to just share my screen one more time to say thank you both to all of our presenters today. I thought we had a really great slate of presenters today, and also to all of you who attended live and are watching the recording sometime in the future. Thank you so much for coming to Taco Tuesday. And I will give one more reminder that we are doing double portions of Taco Tuesday all this, well, at least until June. So we're having 2 Taco Tuesday sessions every month, which means that the next time that you can get a helping of Taco Tuesday is 2 weeks from now on January 24th at this same time and place. So thank you again to all of our presenters, all of our attendees, and thank you for being a WiLS member. Talk to you all again soon, and have a great afternoon.